Early in your pro career, like your first 15 fights, you were looking outstanding. You were knocking everybody out. But, no one, like, a lot of promoters weren't really taking interest on you. Did you feel that you wasn't getting noticed early in your career?
Yeah. Well, it's not the promoters. You got to remember, I was signed by Top Rank at my very first fight. I had Cameron Duncan and I had Bob Aaron with Top Rank. I was signed with them. But I got frustrated after a while. I mean, I was 7 years pro before I got a world title fight. Like Jermaine Taylor and everybody else, they got title fights after 4 years. Jermaine Taylor turned pro after I did and got a world title shot. And that's where I started becoming frustrated. And then, just like the Zortucci, when I fought Jose Luis Zortucci, that was supposed to be the WBC eliminator fight. And after that fight, I won it, and they gave me the medal. And I get back the next day, I get a phone call from one of the interviewer guys. He's like, "Yeah, well, you got to fight Edison Miranda." So I'm going, Edison Miranda? At the time, Edison Miranda was, before I ruined his career, was one of the top guys. I'm going, now I got to play Edison Miranda. So it never stopped in my career. Like, it was always one step after another. Everybody else is getting world title shots, and I got to fight monsters. I wasn't fighting your average guys. I was fighting Mirandas or Tucci, Taylor. So it came to a point where I started getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that. I remember when you fought Jose Luis Ortuche, and it was a WBC eliminator, and I think it was also for the NABF middleweight title, and you won. And then again, they were like...
I defended my NABF. I won my
NABF. Okay, I'm sorry.
Zuniga.
Yeah, it was... Yeah. And then they said you had to fight Miranda for eliminator. I was like, wait a minute. I thought the Satucci fight was for the eliminator. So I understand your frustration on that one. Yeah. And,
It's tiring, it just comes to a point. And I don't care about getting the credit or not, but, there's a lot of people that say they want to say about me, but... You got to remember, too, I was the first person to ever stop or even drop Bronco McCarthy.
Exactly. Knocked him out in the 6th round, I think, back in 2006.
Yeah. It was 2006. So I fought, I believe, Leonard Pierre right after that in my hometown.
And,
But it comes to a point, I don't care what people think. I mean, I lost 2 fights. I lost to Bernard Hopkins, who is going to go down in history as probably one of the best fighters of all time. And I lost to a guy that is right now, I think, number 3 pound for pound of all time, the pound for pound rankings. And, and I was winning that fight. And it's just, it just comes to a point where I don't care what people say anymore. I mean, it pisses me off, but at the same time, I don't care. I made my money. I won my world titles. I defended my world titles for 3 years. So, if anybody got something to say, then, go out there and do it yourself.
Right.
If people want to talk about my personal problems and everything else, that's another one. Every media or social outlet that I do an interview with wants to bring up about my past. But how come nobody talks about Pacquiao and his problems? But I wonder if I said I'm a born again Christian, if that would make me a better person. How come nobody talks about Mayweather poking a sheriff in the eye and getting 90 days in jail? How come nobody talks about Chavez Jr. bypassing drug tests all the time? Okay, and getting suspended and getting drug tested and filling the test for marijuana. Nobody says that, but every time you see Kelly Pavlik on the media, it's his alcohol problem and his stint in rehab and this and that. It's always that. Everybody always brings it up on me. But how come nobody says anything about these people? You know what I'm saying? When's the last time that if you go on Eastside Boxing, the boxing show or anybody else, how come you never see that?
It's almost like they're grooming a certain fighter to go to a certain point. I mean, I feel that was the case with Chavez Jr. I mean, I don't think that you know, sorry to say it, but I don't think that he should have even been in that fight with Martinez. But they groomed him to get into that position. And
and everybody kept his ass. I mean, and I'm not saying it's because Martinez beat me, but I laid the blueprint out. If you go back and watch that fight with Martinez, I was dominating that middle rounds. But my weight problem came into play. Everybody talks about the last round because he dropped Martinez. Martinez hurt his knee when he got dropped. That wasn't because of Chavez. It hurt him. Chavez fought my buddy Billy Lau, who's from Niles, Ohio. That's only 20 minutes away from me. He was a good friend of mine. Billy was in that fight with Chavez Jr. He was winning that fight, I thought, up until the 6th round. He lost the last 6. Chavez Jr. is not that good. I would love to fight the guy. Everybody talks about how good he is. Put me in there with him. Let's fight at a catchweight. His fat ass, you know, he gets some munchies from smoking marijuana, so, I mean, I'm sure he can make 166.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
And you guys have the same promoter, so, I mean, it shouldn't be a hard fight to put on.
It shouldn't, but, you know, I guess whatever sells right now for Bob. I take that fight before Ward, to be honest with you. That'd be an easy fight against Chavez Jr. Ward, that's going to be a fight. I'll take it. I'm not ducking Ward, but I think it'll be a lot harder to fight with Ward than it would be against Chavez. The only problem with me fighting Chavez is the fact that I think he's suspended for a year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You should have put that joint down. You've been all right.
Yo, DJ, are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.